All right, so I've been kind of reporting on this Pooh Shiesty situation for quite some time now. Really, since the incident first took place in Miami. Now, y'all remember what happened? He met up with some guy. They're supposed to have some exotic shoes. Something went bad. People end up getting hit up. Pooh Shiesty is on camera, and the rest is history. Now, Pooh Shiesty pled guilty to this charge about a month or so ago, and he's facing like 8 years. He was facing the L, but at this particular time, he's facing 8 years behind bars. Now, lawyers for workers tried to kind of break down and explain how Pooh Shiesty may come out in this particular case on his Instagram page. Check out what he had to say.
Sentenced. He's going to get several years. Let's explain to you exactly what's going on. So he pled guilty. He didn't do the snitch plead guilty. When you plead guilty, there's one of two ways. One, you plead guilty, you accept responsibility, they give you leniency for accepting responsibility. You can also inform. You can plead guilty, accept responsibility, and inform on other people's crimes. And then you get an even sweeter deal. He did not inform. He pled guilty to his own crimes. He accepted responsibility. In the federal system, the way it works is the defendant tells the court what he did. The prosecutors then make a recommendation of what sentence should apply based on what he did. And then the judge looks at the prosecutor's recommendation as well as the federal sentencing guidelines to determine what the law says the range of sentences is, and then based on that range, the prosecutor's recommendation, any arguments the defense makes, the judge issues the sentence. What's going to happen and what is happening in Pooh's case? So the prosecutor has recommended that the judge give no more than 8 years, 97 months to be exact, about 8 years as a max penalty. They also have made arguments to the judge of how the sentencing guidelines apply. Now, this is where the big fight is. The defendants, Pooh Shiesty's lawyers, are arguing that, look, what Pooh said he did. Pooh said that I agreed with some other people that we were going to go use guns and we were going to go commit crimes, including selling drugs. The prosecutor says, well, it wasn't just that. There was a robbery involved and somebody got shot, and you knew that that was something that could happen when you went out and going to do these crimes. The defense's argument is, no, 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 no. Pooh admitted to using guns in the commission of violent crimes, including drug trafficking, but he had no idea that somebody was going to get robbed at gunpoint and get shot. And the argument is this: Pooh's a multi-million-dollar recording star. He's not out here to rob people for $10,000, $20,000 worth of drugs, stick people up for a couple thousand. He's worth millions. That's a decent argument. It's a compelling argument. He has a very tough judge to make that argument too. Bottom line, in this case, if Pooh can get 4 years, 5 years, which would have him out in some time less than that, that would be a huge win. Basically, if he gets anything less than the 8 years that the prosecutors are recommending, that's a W. He pled guilty, he was on video, they had him in possession of the gun, and then if you guys remember, a couple of weeks later, he's at KOD or some nightclub in Miami, and the gun goes off. He had a gun on him then. He had to plead to that. As part of this plea deal, he had to admit that, yeah, I did that. I had that gun on me. A security guard got hit or shot at. That's when you got all that going on, Pooh Shiesty, I really hope you can get out in like 4 or 5 years, bro. That would be great.
Now, I kind of think what the lawyers for workers, I kind of think what he's saying definitely makes sense. Again, like I said, he's facing 8 years. He gets 5 years. Possibly could get some time off, considering he's been locked up for quite some time. I don't know if what type of. I kind of do know the type of background he has. The feds work with a point system, but we also are dealing with somebody that has like financial backing behind you. So Pooh Shiesty may come out of this pretty cool. The only bad thing about it is that Pooh Shiesty was like, he was on his way up. He had two big songs with Drake. I mean Dirk. He had two big songs with Dirk, as well as, he had a couple other songs that he was on that was doing this thing or whatever. So Pooh Shiesty really had a nice buzz and was about to turn up on the rap side. Now, will he have a career like what Gucci had when he came home, or when Wayne came home, or when you know all these other dudes, Lil Boosie, you know, when he came home, I'm not sure. And the reason why I say that is because most of them were already established. No, all of them were established artists when they came home. Now, the hype was a lot more than the reception for most of them. I mean, Gucci got to a bag when he got out, but let's be honest, Gucci's career isn't what it was prior to him getting locked up. Boosie, I don't know. Boosie kind of doing his thing though, you know. And Boosie always been like more of an independent artist, so he been able to stay relevant in a lot of different ways. I mean, Gucci is relevant as well, but we talking about the music. And as far as Lil Wayne goes, I feel like Lil Wayne isn't what he was before he went. Ti, same thing. So a lot of times these guys, you know, we say free such and such, free this one and free that one, and I feel it, but once they get free, it's kind of never the same as far as the buzz. Now, Pooh Shiesty is young, you know, relatively still young, so he do got a chance to kind of make something still happen with his career. And I'm rooting for bruh, because I like Pooh Shiesty, and I think he definitely has a lot of potential as an artist, as well as he can get into doing some other things as far as getting a bag in the industry. So we'll see what the outcome of this sentencing is today. I'll definitely bring y'all the update when he gets sentenced. But get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm Almighty the Ruler. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you're notified each and every time I upload new content.